Hello everyone, this is Mr. Kramer's video math lesson. We're doing chapter, I believe it's 7, it's called Systems of Linear Equations. We're actually just doing prerequisite stuff, so stuff you should have already known, but it's important that we're really smooth with this. All we're going to be doing today's lesson is going from an equation to a graph and going from a graph to an equation, and we're always going to be using what's called slope-intercept form. Well, before we get started, let's get our mind ready. And so much is how we begin. So success begins at the start. So what I'd love for you to do is make sure there's no distractions. Put your phone away. Really commit to this. Like if you're thinking of other things, just put it aside for 10 minutes and just give us 100% focus. And be a thinker. Try to make this your understanding, not just follow Mr. Kramer. So we're about to do some questions. The first set is going from equations to graphs. You'll notice I've got a ruler. On the back of your sheet of paper is the equation. It's the guide page. So let's put it here. I'm always going to do the top equations. You do the bottom ones. So for start, we're going to do number 1. And if we look at the equation, we've got y equals slope x plus start. That means the 2 is the slope. The 1 is the start. Well, if you just look at that equation, what do? It says find the start point on the y-axis. Well, the start is 1. Start equals 1. And if you go to your graph, this is the y-axis, this is the x. So if this is the y-axis, the start is 1. We're going to put a point there. It says put 1 point there. Boom, bounced. 1. There's 0, there's 1. Second point, get the slope in fraction form. So you've got 2. So let's write it in fraction form. I'm hoping you all remember that 2 over 1 is the same as 2. Well, then there's the reminder that slope is the up over the right. We call also the rise over the run. So we're going to go to the right one. That's the right. And that's the up. So we go to the right one, up 2. There's our second point. So go to the right of the start and then up. There's your second point. Now we draw a line. Try drawing a line as precisely as you can. There you go. That equation is y equals 2x plus 1. Notice how it's nice and clear. I've labeled it. Well, let's do number 2 now. Well, in this case, our start is 5. Well, if we count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, there's our start. Here, our slope is -3 over 1. So this is really neat because we're still going to go to the right one, but now it's down 1, 2, 3. So that's down. That's still to the right. So we go right 1, down 3, do a second dot. We get our ruler out. Make sure as precise as you can be. Draw a straight line. And let's label that one. Y equals -3x plus 5. And then our last question is x minus 4. Do that again. Y equals 1x minus 4. 1x minus 4. So that's our start. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. There's our start. And now our slope is 1, which really means 1 over 1 in this case. So over 1, up 1, we do a dot. So we get out a ruler, over 1, up 1, over 1, up 1. We draw a straight line. Let's make sure we label that one. Y equals x minus 4. Okay. Well, there you have the top 3 questions. I'd like you to work on the bottom questions on your own. I think I'm going to do something different today, and I'm going to have a separate video of just the solutions, or a separate document of just the solutions. So for now, let's go to the second page. Now you'll notice we got the same type of equations, but now there's a fraction. So let's go through these the same way. We've got the start. So we go 1, 2. But now our slope already is in fraction form. It's 2 over 3. And let's make sure we remember 2 is the up, 3 is the right. So we go 1, 2, 3, then we go up 2. Some people call this rise over run. We draw a straight line. We label it. Y equals 2/3 x plus 2. Okay, let's keep on going now. I think we're getting on a roll. Number 8, y equals 3/5x minus 5. Our start is down 1, 2, 3. That's what the negative means. And now we're going to the right 5 and up 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We go up 3, 1, 2, 3. Hey, that's right on the x-axis. We do a dot there. And now we do a straight line. And take your time. We're not rushing. And let's make sure we label that one. Y equals 2, 3/5 x minus 3. And then our last one is number 9. Our start is -1. -1 right there. Our slope's a bit more complicated. So let's take a look at this. Notice how the negative's out front. I'm going to put the negative now with only one of the numbers. So I like putting it on the top. So negative goes to the top. So it's -4/7. So we still go to the right, but now it's down 4. So we go to the right 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Right at the end. And now we go down 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. There's our second dot. We get our ruler out. 1 dot, 2 dots. We draw a straight line. This equation is y equals -4/7x minus 1. So there we've got all the questions that go from equation to graph. Again, please do questions 10, 11, 12 on your own. I will be posting solutions later on. Let's go to the next page. Now on this page, we're going backwards. I've given you the graph. Let's make the equation. So let's take a look what we've got here. We only need the bottom part, and it says finding the equation from the graph. So the first thing it says, find where the line crosses the y-axis. So number 13, where does it cross the y-axis? Right there. Hey, that's the start. So that's 1. So our start is 1. Well, then it says draw a triangle between 2 points. So now we got to find a second point that's really good. That point's really good. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, and over. So there's our triangle. And I shouldn't have written my numbers there because now it's confusing. So I'm going up 3 and over 1. Over 1, up 3. So let's make sure we're proper. Like we do this properly. The base is 1. The height is up. This is the base. And I call that the right the longest time, and that's up. So then we talk about slope, it's up 3 over 1. So now if we put it all together into an equation, y is the slope, 3/1x plus the start plus 1. So we find the start, we find the slope, we put it in the equation. Awesome. Let's take a look at number 14. Now the start is down there. Let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Got that? For number 14, the start is -5. Let's count it again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, well, what's the slope? We want to find 2 points. What's really nice is the 2 points are right next to each other. So we can go to the right 1. We can go down 1. I went to the left, but you still can go down 1 to the right. So now our slope, the right is 1. The slope is -1. So now we put that together. We have -1/1x. What's the start? -5. And if you wanted to, you could change that to -1x minus 5. So that's number 14. Awesome job. Let's have you do 15 and 16 for practice. And then let's go to the last page. We're almost there, everybody. If you take a look at our equations, there's probably going to be a fraction here. So let's do the exact same things we normally do. We pick our line. Where does it cross? It crosses right there. We count 1, 2. So our start is 2. One of the things you can do is start putting it into our equation. We know the start is the last thing. Well, then we find 2 points. Let's go to the left. We find that point. We go down and to the right. So now it's down 2 to the right 1. So our slope is minus 2 over 1. Let's put that in the equation. Minus 2 over 1x plus 2. That's great. Just so you know, we can simplify that to minus 2x plus 2. Super question. Let's do question 18. Let's see, where does it cross? It crosses at 0. The start is 0. So we're just like plus 0. Well, what's our slope? We go over 2, up 1. Over 2, up 1. Wait a second. It's a bit confusing there. Let's do it over here. All that stuff is there. Over 3, up 2. See that triangle? So now our slope is what's to the right? 3. What goes up? 2. So now our slope is 2 over 3x. Number 18 goes through 0, and the slope is over 2, up 3. So there's our slope there. Now, we practiced this 1920. That's the end of our lesson. So I hope this makes sense to you. If you have any questions, please email me or put some posts up on Team, and I will post solutions momentarily. Thanks, everyone. Bye-bye.